All right, guys, we're still chugging through. This is episode 2, 3. It's 3 of the auction lots that I got. In case you can't tell, I'm wearing the same shirt in a lot of the videos you've been watching back to back to back. I'm filming all these back to back to back so I can get ahead of them. So sometimes these things are getting mixed up in my head. That's why we see this on video, right? But I save it for you. That way you can see it and you can laugh with me or at me, however you want to do it. So more stuff from that auction. Like I said, it was a lot of stuff in that auction. Probably my favorite piece in this section is going to be the vinyl bagged SK ratcheting wrenches. I'm generally not a big fan of those stamped ratcheting wrenches. I like the ones with the more concealed ratchet, the more modern ones. But being that it's SK, being that it's in the vinyl bag, I just thought those were really cool. Let me know what you like. All right, we got a couple bins to go through. So let's start off with this big one. Dig through it, see what we got, then we'll move over to the small one. So here we have looks like a fuel pump. It is a fuel pump. That'll go in a hot rod shop. We'll see if it works. What we can do with it. Next is an Imperial Eastman tube working toolkit. See if we can get it out of the box. Looks like it's a typical line flaring kit. Looks to be all there. It's Imperial Eastman USA. So this should be better than the Harbor Freight ones anyway, right? All the dies have fallen. Get this thing in here the way it's supposed to go. There we go. There's that. I'll put that over the top. That'll be handy to have. I feel like whenever I use the Harbor Freight ones, I break it every third use. Either a die breaks or something. So hopefully that one lasts a little longer. We've got a lever action nutcracker. Sounds painful. THT tools, made in USA. So this is for cracking those stubborn nuts off of a bolt. Another good tool to have. So there was a lot with the brake kit, the nutcracker, and the fuel pump. Well, the reason I got it is I wanted the Sears Craftsman tap and die set. All the pieces are there, so I figured that's a good tap and die set to have. And then it also came with this, which is one of those things you can put in a corner or whatever, and that way you can copy shape. Which those are always handy to have too. Here we have THT tools, replacement stones for brake cylinder hones. Still in the package. One of my daughters was playing with this and said, "What the heck is this for?" So I said, "It's a fan. Doesn't work real well though." Then I explained to her, it's for straightening out fins, cooling fins on radiators, air conditioning coils, those kinds of things. Here we have another KD Tools. And this is the adjustable style distributor wrench. This is a fixed distributor wrench. And this one is VIM. Here we have a brake spoon. And it's Old Forge brake spoon. Not sure what that guy is. Part of this lot just said specialty tools. This one is for brake springs. It's a Jutone, Jutone 2002. And it's for pulling drum brake springs. There's another drum brake tool. It looks cheap. Feels cheap. Yeah, it says Japan. No real branding on it. But if you gotta do drum brakes, brake tools are nice. It's another brake spoon. It's a Perfect T76 made in USA. Here we have a mirror. See yourself. These mirrors are always handy. Here we got a wire stripper kit. Not really my cup of tea, but you know. This is another group of tools. Got a Pittsburgh tape measure. Another Old Forge brake adjusting tool. This one is a Sonic manufacturing from Chicago, Illinois. It's a compression tester. Those are very handy. Another brake tool. It's a KD Tools. Should be all set for brake tools. This is NYE Tool Company. It's a tubing cutter. Made in USA. It's got the cool little handle. I just thought that was neat whenever I saw it in the auction. Another Pittsburgh 25-foot tape measure. Got this clamp. Sure that comes in handy when you need it. Here we've got a vacuum gauge. It's Schrader Manufacturing, Automotive Division, Rosemont, Ohio. It's another made in USA vacuum gauge. The hose still feels pliable, so that's helpful. Pull these wrenches aside. We'll look at the wrenches in a minute. Let's see what else we've got in here. We've got busted pieces of wood. That goes in the trash. Another one of these guys. Another brake tool. Just says Japan. Here we've got a seal puller. And it's KD tools. Lots of nice little KD tools. Like I said, that was just a lot of specialty tools. And it's another KD tools distributor wrench. This one doesn't say KD, but it looks like the old red handle KD tools. Drum brake spring wrench. Here we've got a torque wrench. Just says foot pounds. It's off already. Made in USA. I don't see a name brand on it. Made in USA. Someone will want it. Here we have an industrial socket set. It's the hex style. These are not industrial. They're industrial copies. They say Japan. They got the lines like the industrials had. Here we've got a Buffalo, not Barkalow Buffalo, just Buffalo. 11-piece metric combination wrench set. Looks like it's missing the 10, of course. Goes in with some other pre-packaged tools. One of the other sets it was with is this one, which is a China 11-piece, missing a 1/2 inch. So maybe I'll dig through the stuff and see if I can find a 1/2 inch and a 10 millimeter to put in there. Making some cheap flea market sets. And the other piece they were with, which was originally when I bought that lot, was this 4-piece SK. You see there, the SK diamond logo, ratcheting wrenches. And I think this is an entire set of Craftsman. They're VV, look like they've barely been used. 1 1/16. This one's a VV 1 inch. Fifteen sixteenths, 7/8, 13 sixteenths, 3/4, 11 sixteenths, actually 5/8. 9 sixteenths. Next up should be 1/2 inch. And then we should have 7 sixteenths. And then we've got the 3/8. 11 32nds. This one always throws me because I count my head by sixteenths. The 5 sixteenths. And finally the 1/4 inch. So that is a full set of Craftsman VV SAE wrenches. Set those back over here for now. Make all the nails we can. Next, we'll look at this screwdriver lot. And there were a couple, I picked these up in another lot. There were a few things in it. Primarily got it for these oil spouts. There's another opening bid, $5. Blame it on growing up around cars as a kid. I don't know. Always like those. Here we've got just a generic driver. We've got a Pittsburgh flathead. So this will go in my junkyard toolbox. Here we've got a Phillips Chinese green body. Here we've got a Craftsman that has been seeing some stuff. We've got a Stanley USA. Another Stanley USA. It's the Thrifty. These are the Thrifty line. Here we've got, it's nearly a full set, I think. The Chinese drivers. Fake Craftsman China. Real Craftsman with paint and mange. Pittsburgh Stubby. We're going that round. Pittsburgh Phillips. I'll go in that round. Pittsburgh Stubby Phillips. A couple more Pittsburghs. This one's another Pittsburgh. Another Pittsburgh. Yet another Pittsburgh. Lots of Pittsburgh. Two more Pittsburghs. Another Pittsburgh. This one's a Made in USA Stubby. It was a Fuller. This one is a Made in USA valve stem removal tool, which I lost mine. So that will be sticking around with me. Here we've got a Fuller Japan. Drill tool or power screwdriver, or whatever you want to call it. The drill style screwdriver. And it's got 3 bits in here and a 4th one in it. So that's something that people like. Even if it is Japan, it's still likable. This guy has no markings. It's a nut driver on one end and a, I'm not sure what that's called on the other. Fake Craftsman, China's. Another China. Another China. Another China. Lots of fake Craftsman in this one. This one I'm pretty sure is a Made in USA. Generic Made in USA. I think I've had a few of those now. That one's a flex shaft. It's an advertising something colors automotive. This one is a real Craftsman, I think. It's the square shaft. It's been through some stuff, but we'll put it over there. This one is a Craftsman with a square shaft. This one's a really small, really long ball end. We'll put it over there though. This one isn't made in USA. I think it's a Fuller. Craftsman flathead. Over there. This one's a generic made in USA. It's one of those cool twisted handles. This one's a Husky. This one's a Phillips, and it's a Chinese knockoff because it is a Phillips with the coloring of a flathead. If you know that handle, that's a Proto clutch. Here we have a Phillips USA Craftsman Professional. We've got a decent SK Phillips and a pocket clipped SK flathead. So a few decent things in there, not too bad.